Today our lesson is about warping process. Warping process is absolutely essential for preparing raw materials for weaving. And today our subject is warping process, a special beam in cylinder machine. And first of all, we should speak about our today lessons plan. And first our plan is an understanding of the warping process, and next beam warping, and finally cylinder warping process. If speak about this process, the purpose of the warping is to collect a number of threads and given links and count and wind them to the parallel each other in a single warp, and it will be in a warper beam, or it will be a beam. In the process of warping, the warp fabric is formed. All warping machine consists of two parts. The first part is the warp frame, on which warping coil, especially it may be a warping rail or bobbin, is installed, and it is made up of machines that create a warp roll section or beam. If speak about a beam warping process, in the beam warping method, a certain part of the required warp yarns is wrapped on the section beam. To obtain a total warp threads, several section beam threads are added to form one beam. A common warp yarns are the yarns required to produce a given view. Currently, the beam warping method is considered highly effective. Mainly, beam warping is used in the preparation of cotton, wools, and various chemical yarns, artificial silk yarns, and colored warp. In the beam warping is absolutely essential, and the warp yarns are wrapped from the warping reel to the section beam. And in this process has also advantages and disadvantages side. Okay, first of all, we speak about advantage side of this process. Uniform warping speed during the process according to the diameter of the package. It is a advantage side of this process. And if speak about disadvantage sides, as a result of friction of the winding on the drum and the threads are maybe damaged, and when the thread is broken, the section beam in the drum cannot stop at once due to inertia, and the thread warps around the end, and the shape of the winding is deteriorated due to the vibration of the winding reel, and the warping speed is low in this process. In drumless warping machines, motion beam is supplied from an electric motor. The method is used in cars of SP 140 or SP 180 in Russian or Benninger and Switzerland company machine. In drumless warping machines, warping speed up to 800 to 1000 millimeters it will be. If I speak about a cylinder warping process, a cylinder warping method, the specified number of ribbons are wrapped on the warp drum in the turn, and the length of the wrapped thread should be equal to the length of the beam thread. After that, all the ribbons are simultaneously rewound by the beam from the warp drum. The cylinder warping method is used in the following cases. The weaving silk and silk fabrics, the number of threads is high, and weaving woolen fabrics, small group warp beam processing, in the preparation of the yarns with multiple and complex wrapper. Cylinder warping is done in two steps, one after the other. That ribbons are wrapped on the drum, and then the total warp strips are rewound from the drum. As a result of the performance of the machine will be relatively low in a beam warping. And that's all today our lesson. Thank you for your attention.